No, we have lots of healthy players. That's coach's decision.
Gabe Velarde was on ice for the third goal, sat the last 4:45. You put him on right wing. What's he need to do here, Todd, to be better?
He needs to play better. He's got to become a factor in the game.
Thanks, Todd.
Next up is Carlin Bay.
Todd, what was the most encouraging thing you might have saw out of the game tonight?
Well, like usual, we take a punch or two to the face, and then we get ourselves off the mat and we continue to battle, and that's in our game and that's in our DNA. But that's a moral victory. I think we're a better team than we played tonight. I think we showed them a little too much respect and disrespected what we're capable of doing. But there's things that we have to improve on, and we'll work on them tomorrow, and hopefully we have a better night on Sunday.
Thank you.
Next up is John Hogan.
Todd, even though the score was 3-2 midway through the third period, was this one of those games where maybe the score is not indicative of the type of performance from your team?
Well, I look at the 4 goals they ended up with, and that happened in and around our paint. We were very poor in about in about 40 square feet of ice in front of our net, whether it was tip-ins, deflections, pass outs from below the goal line, just loose, sloppy. At the other end, it took a lot to penetrate that area. They played tighter, heavier, harder in that area. With that being said, we got some good saves from Quickie when we needed them. We played hard enough and long enough to stay in the game, but just loose enough to lose it. So I'm not sure that. Well, this doesn't match. Let's put it this way: this doesn't match the first game in Colorado where we would have absolutely stole it. But the better team won tonight. We were the second best team for sure.
You mentioned the 11-7 being the coach's decision, but how much more challenging does it become when you're trailing in a game, given the limited options, as you're moving guys around tonight and going to the blender and trying to find combinations of players that might work?
Well, hey, you know what? When you're down by 1 with 7 minutes left, you're probably going to 3 lines anyhow, so you don't have to worry about one individual. Trent Yanni had a tougher job than Todd McLellan did tonight. We filled holes with different guys. They got more ice time, and when it was time to cut down, it was time to cut down. It made it pretty simple. We were only missing one forward, but we were missing more than one. When you consider some of the dressed guys that didn't play very well.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, next up is Zach Dooley.
If you look at the goals allowed, did the individual mistakes in those plays feel like correctable things as opposed to the game in Vegas where it was just an onslaught of line-man rushes?
Yeah, the face-off coverage was horrendous. Clearly went through it before the game. Responsibilities and some responsibilities for certain positions haven't changed in a year and a half since we've been here. So it's time to understand what you need to do in those situations and get them done. It's unacceptable if you're giving that up right now. And then some of the others, we turn over on the 4th goal, get it off your tape, move it, let's get going. So I can go through a bunch of different plays during the night, but the individual always makes the mistake. The team usually pays for it. But that's how the game goes. No one's perfect, and it's a tough game to play when you're under pressure.